Welcome to another episode of NoName Tv. I'm Marcus Antoine, the Fogfather, your baby mother's favorite, your grandmother hate me. I don't know why though. Got RDG with me. Let them know who we got in the building with us today, man.
Shit, it's Tay. What's up with y'all?
Who you with?
Shit, you already know I'm with Carter.
Big Five. What's up, y'all? Have you seen me a lot?
Shout out to Carter for making this happen, man. A lot of behind the scenes stuff going on,
So motion don't stop people.
Hello.
What exactly do you do? What do you want the people to know about you?
So right now I'm an entrepreneur. I'm starting my own clothing brand. It goes by the name of Misperseption. Basically, I'm starting it with my little brother because pretty much ever since I was in high school, I wanted to wear my own shit. So I wanted to wear my own clothing, but they didn't really have my type of style. So I kind of just been designing my own shit so that I can have my own fashion and shit. But this right here is one of our hoodies that we got. This one is the one we got out right now. We pretty much sold out of everything else, but this the black full zip is reflective. If we had some flashlights, we could show y'all the reflectiveness, but we ain't got no flash in here right now. But this the biggest one. We've been selling out of this one. We actually only got a couple of these left, so if y'all want one, make sure y'all come shop now.
So what did starting the brand look like for you? Like, what was some of the...
Well, it was really about the research and figuring out how to get a production team, a manufacturer, and ads and running that shit. But I haven't even gotten into the ads part yet. So right now I'm just focusing on getting my manufacturer solid so that I can lock in with some steady prices and shit like that. So
give us the behind the scenes of that, because a lot of people think that having a clothing brand is just buying a bunch of blank clothes and then putting your logo on it. So what are the details that people may not know about?
So it really depends on what type of clothing you're going for, I guess. Because me personally, I'm going for more modern clothing, more streetwear type. I feel like a lot of people like different stuff, but to be honest, my brand is basically what I like. So I feel like if people fuck with what I'm making and shit, they gonna gravitate towards it.
So how do you pick a logo then? Because it's what you like, but at the end of the day, if you're selling it, it gotta be more about what the people like rather than what you like.
Yeah.
So how do you pick a logo that's not only something that you can hold on to and have some type of connection with, but also be something that you feel like you can sell?
A lot of the clothing we're making right now, we try to make it relatable, so everyday clothing, stuff that you might see people wearing, but also we're trying to keep it in our own unique perspective. That's why also our name is Misperception, because a lot of the stuff that we're gonna do is it's gonna be two-sided. This shirt right here, this is I ain't really got a name for it, but it's a kiss white tee basically. But the back of it, it's like a hand. It's like a hand, but it's a person almost. You can see that, Jim.
Oh, take that one.
There you go. You can see that, Jim.
Man, you gotta explain the shorts
So
too.
is it messages behind your clothing?
Yeah, but I haven't really
Tapped into
type shit. It's for the first one, we got a black hoodie that got Japanese lettering and shit on it, but it's the Japanese version of the wrong or incorrect perception or something. Basically, it's the definition in Japanese. But that's probably one of my favorite joints. We didn't even drop that joint yet, to be honest. So I need to probably get on that.
You say you started with your brothers, so what's y'all roles? Y'all play on two different parts?
Yeah, so
y'all come together.
yeah, we come together on certain things, but for the most part, I handle the legal side. He does most of the design and stuff. But when I got some some stuff that I want to be done, then I come to him and tell him, because I'm not really the best drawer and shit like that. But I got good promotion skills and I can talk to people and shit. So I do most of the business side of things.
So pretty much, if somebody wants clothes, they come to you.
Yeah, and I do deliveries and shit too. So yeah, all that.
What would you say is the difference in your brand between 2022 when you started and now in 2023, after you've already got your introduction into the business?
I feel like 2022 was a learning phase. That wasn't really when I sat down with just YouTube videos, anything in general, and just tried to learn about clothing and where to start off and because at first I didn't even know where to go to find a manufacturer, but then after research and shit, I found they got Chinese manufacturers and stuff that actually do lower prices than American manufacturers, because I'm not sure why, but
Everything in America made in China.
yeah, kid, you right there. A lot of the shit you see is like made in China and shit like that too. So
So speaking with going to international manufacturers, right? Of course, there's a negative connotation on the stuff that's overseas and how they manufacture and how they particularly do business. Do you think about stuff like that, like for when your brand gets bigger? Because if you're dealing with this manufacturer, whatever they do is going to be attached to you in the public. So do you think about that? And if you do, how do you go about picking them?
well, one thing, my manufacturer, they're not a mainstream manufacturer. They're kind of like, I mean, I ain't gonna say back end manufacturer, but they're not like one of the bigger companies in China that does the manufacturing. So we kind of reached out to them and tried to get negotiations going and shit. Cause at first we started off, we were paying full price, but now we, you know what I'm saying, we negotiated. So I feel like it's a lot about finding the right manufacturer that you can work with and shit. Cause a lot of manufacturers gonna want different things. They got different materials for their clothing and shit. So.
And it's about building a relationship. You're not just gonna work with just anybody.
And once you keep talking to them and shit, they gonna realize that you like trustworthy and shit like that, and you keep business going. So, and also it's bringing them clientele too, because if they put their like manufacturing thing on there or something, then fuck around with somebody who want to create clothes, then they can use them too as a platform basically.
So, what does the word misperception mean to you? Because you intentionally spelled it differently than how others would.
To me, misperception is like it's like the wrong or incorrect meaning of something, like, or something being portrayed. So, say somebody's like something, but they're portrayed in a different way, or image or something. I do have my fucking definition for it.
You made the definition?
Nah, it's a real word.
No, I know it's a real word, but I'm saying, like, you could change up a word and then have your own definition.
Yeah, type shit.
It's about perspective and how you see it. Life like a box of chocolates. I hated that saying for the beginning of my life. I didn't get it.
I just like creating like random shit, like shit just catch your eye. That's really what misperception I was thinking of when I made that shit. I was gonna just grab some random ass shit, have that shit looking sweet, probably add my own customizations to it and shit. That's really what I've been doing for the most part. Like this hoodie right here, like I didn't even know what this was at first until I like, cause I be fucking with like a lot of drawing shit. Like I'm trying to low key find like an artist that I could like just tap in with and just tell them to draw something for me, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna put that shit on the shirt type shit. Cause I be fucking with like tattoo artists work and shit, like they could draw like shit. But that's really why I've been holding up on making more designs, cause I'm trying to get more like
inspiration kind of.
Yeah, type shit, or like more exclusiveness with it. Cause some shit that you're not gonna see nowhere else.
Do you think trying to stay creative can slow down your progress? Because a lot of in clothing you gotta stay in season, so you might be working on a winter collection, and then by the time it's fully done, winter is over next month.
Oh, definitely. Shit, that's how I was with my, I did have a winter collection. Like, we was about to come out with bubble coats. We had, hoodies. We had the, little arm sleeves, too. And we were going to do ski masks, hats. But, the weather changed and stuff. Everybody was asking for shirts and shorts, so that's why we came out with these.
Well, DMV weather is.
Yeah, it's unpredictable for
It'll be
us.
winter next month.
Being in the DMV, it's like, it's a lot of clothing brands out here. Like, you think, is your goal more to stand out or just make what you want and then have people gravitate to it?
Yeah, it's kind of to make what I want to have people gravitate to it. But, like, I still would take, like, people's opinions on certain things so that I could, like, have stuff that everybody wants at the same time. But, like, right now we're doing limited time stuff that, like, we're not going to keep out for longer than probably, like, 3 months. But I do want to eventually go into stuff that we're going to have out for longer periods of time, like years and stuff like that.
So you don't do restock?
At the moment, we don't. Just because we wanted to keep these exclusive, because these are, like, the first hoodies that we're going to really be coming out with type shit. So we're going to keep these exclusive. Like, once we do one more restock, then we're going to be done with this hoodie for a while. But then we're going to be coming out with a couple other things that we got a little sneaky, you know, to surprise people with.
So So do you plan on collabing with any of the other clothing brands out here? Because it's one for every day of the year.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I actually got like 3 in the stores right now, but I ain't gonna say too much on those. We'll just keep those in the arsenal.
You supposed to come on here and give us the drop.
They want that exclusive information.
I'll tell y'all one. Shit, I got one coming with plug little sneaky jump.
One of the originators, which is crazy to know that everybody in this circle is so young and all got their own shit going on, and it's been going on. So when you look up and it's like, damn, okay, they doing their thing. It's like, nah, we've been doing this for years.
Most definitely.
When we turn up, most of those stop. People do.
Yeah.
But with you having so many connections with different rappers, do you plan on like using that as a way to just give people stuff? And how do you feel about promoting your brand with just giving away free stuff to people with clout?
To be honest, in the beginning, I was kind of against that shit because I wasn't thinking of like long term, like how that could like help grow my brand. And I was thinking more on the money side. But now, like, I'm like more into like trying to get my brand in people's faces and showing them like this shit, like this really is type shit. Like you gonna fuck with it regardless. So.
How do you plan to do that? Like, what tactics would you tell someone coming up that's trying to do the same thing as you? What would you tell them to do in terms of marketing your brand?
Consistency. Consistency is key. Like, even if you gotta post something little, like just a picture of your hoodie or something every day, it's just to keep it in people's face. So, like, if you don't post for like 3 or 4 days, then people not really gonna see you. Because it's like they forget about you after 3-4 days because they scrolling through their story and they seeing more shit. So it's like, if you keep it in their face, then you gonna be on the back of their mind. Now they see it, they go, oh yeah, I did see the hoodie at first. That joint look sweet. Then they might click on your page or something, and then go see what else you got. They be like, oh, you got shirts too? I'm actually looking for a new shirt and stuff like that. Or if they looking for some winter clothes or bubble coats, like stuff like that. Like, I want to talk about the bubble coats because them motherfuckers sweet, but I'm just trying to wait till winter come back out because we got some unique ass designs.
And that's your gym right there.
Before when it come out.
But look, that lets you know what to be looking forward. We got coats coming this winter.
Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all stay warm. You hear me?
Yeah. The winter not too far either.
How did you get into making your own funnel?
And you gotta let people know what funnel is. In the DMV, grabber is funnel. So he got his own grabber for you other niggas.
Yeah.
But where we from, it's funnel.
Basically, I got into it when, like, one day I was realized just smoking. Like, this funnel ain't striking. Like, I really just realized I wanted to create my own funnel that's, like, it's not too stemmy. It's not too, like, harsh to smoke and shit. So I kind of just looked up ways into getting tobacco leaves in bulk. But that shit a little bit more complicated than it sounds. So I kind of start off at a lower stage. Like, I'm just buying bulk from, like, TKs and shit. So
What's a TK?
It's something from Maryland. It's a tobacco store, basically.
Tobacco Kings.
Yeah, they basically sell like vapes, sheets, lighters, all that shit. But basically, I started breaking that shit down myself and making sure it ain't really no stems, and then just make sure it's soft. And for the most part, bro, that shit do strike, bro. Like that's why we sold out right now. So I mean, I'm trying to get some more in stock, but I've been having a couple things I've been having to knock out and shit. But I will have those coming back soon, probably in the next week. So.
What does the Misperception brand look like to you 5 years from now?
That's a good question. I mean, I can say. I mean, I know we gonna be somewhere.
The new Amiri. Everybody gonna have Misperception. Jeans,
because at first,
socks.
like, the original goal for it was like we wanted to be like a designer company with like at a discount type shit, like Montclair, but they all expensive and shit. Like that was the original goal. We wanted to create quality clothing for lower prices than designer clothing.
That's some Kanye shit.
I feel like when you do that, it takes away from the brand a little bit because people aren't buying Montclair really for the quality. They're buying Montclair because it's Montclair.
Okay.
So even if I want to get a Misperception bubble or I want to get a Montclair bubble, yeah, everybody know Misperception, But Misperception was 500. This Montclair was 15. So niggas gonna fuck with me more just cause I spent the extra 1,000
Yeah.
for a coat that's not even the same level.
We also trying to eliminate dick riding. That would be dick riding the white man or the other brand.
Yeah,
It's
black
like,
business.
if you can't afford it, why is you gonna spend your whole check on Montclair when you got something better quality, just as good, way better for real, for the love. It's about being smart. That's for the dick riding
And
niggas out
that's
there.
one thing
A lot
we
of
try
y'all
to
out
ensure
there.
with all of our clothing. We try to ensure like it's quality clothing, like you're comfortable while you sitting down wearing it, just eating whatever you doing, like personal. So like, you guys, Cardo, how that don't feel right now?
Comfortable as shit.
I'm about to say,
Nah, just hanging in there, it's a real lightweight feel. It's cool. I like it.
I sleep and eat in my misperception. I take showers in my misperception. I never take that shit off.
yeah,
That
and we
means that the clothes are always clean.
definitely
Appreciate you for stopping by and fucking with us, man. This has been a great episode of NoName TV.
appreciate y'all for
Cardo
having
for
me.
making
Yeah,
it happen.
Get with my boy, man. No funny.
Yeah.
Misperception.com. We about to drop the grants for y'all. Y'all know I'm about to.
Yeah, we got the website coming back up. I got a couple things I'm working on with the website because we got a new background coming up, so I'll probably be dropping within the next week too.
Hey, show them shorts too, cause they got see
Oh, yeah.
Show 'em
You
them
know, we got
shorts.
the misperception. Whole time you can't really see it, but this is actually hands coming up, like coming up.
It ties in with the back of the shirt. Show them the shirt
Yeah.
again.
So then you got the kiss from the jump.
Show them the back of the hand, and you see the hand complement the shorts. Yeah.
Project NoName, man. We
Yeah,
out.
me.